Not only does centralizing power foster immoral behavior, but it also creates inefficiencies and has been shown to be highly unproductive and bureaucratic. The use of central planning by the Soviets demonstrates what happens when power is concentrated into the hands of an elite. The corporation and modern-day business have a lot in common with Stalinism. Corporations use a centralized form of planning, even calling the upper tier a government. The top management takes decisions based on highly aggregated data, the quality of which is hard to know. The management then suffers from an information and knowledge deficiencies, while the workers below lack the sufficient autonomy to act to correct the inefficiencies, as well as the incentive to communicate accurate information and act to improve the production process. Therefore, inefficiencies become magnified because the few cannot know the needs and wants of an entire population. One way to resolve these deficiencies is by rearranging our institutions to allow for worker self-management. Under this system, all the workers are the owners and the operators of the workplace. Every employee has equity in the workplace and an incentive to see their own enterprise do well. Under workers' control, employees have a say over their own environment and hence their own lives. Because every worker is an owner, major decisions are made by democratic action. One worker, one vote. Power does not flow from the top down. Instead, power is equally shared among all the employees. To have a democratic workplace is not to say that every minor decision is made by the group. Most workers would carry out their regular jobs, but when everyone is affected by a problem, they all work together to negotiate a solution amongst themselves. Because every employee is a manager and an owner, they need to use their own ingenuity, intelligence, and creativity to run their own enterprise. The mechanisms of self-management facilitates the natural unfolding of these positive human attributes. At the same time, a feedback loop is created that maximizes these results. Over time, workers predictably become more intelligent and become more willing to use all of their human faculties in the process of self-management and production. People who are invested in the success of the enterprise will balance their need to have a decent work atmosphere with the effect on overall production. Obviously, nobody wants to carry out the same monotonous task, so jobs like these would be distributed or automated. The workers would share a variety of jobs from manual to more intelligent labor. This doesn't mean that specialization would be eliminated. Specialists would coexist and make decisions affecting their areas of expertise amongst themselves, unless the decision affects the rest of the group. The supervisors of today would be eliminated. If a group of workers feel they need somebody to administer their jobs, they would choose amongst themselves. Moreover, if a manager is not performing his or her duties or treating the employees harshly, that person can be pulled by democratic action. Another side effect of self-management is that competition between employees is replaced by cooperation and solidarity. Adversarial relationships are eliminated when everyone has an equal stake in whether they succeed or fail. All this creates a sense of brother and sisterhood, which is reinforced because it is in the individual's self-interest to assist each other. This is actually positive for production and productivity. For instance, when cooperation and competition are measured in comparison, study after study, and even studies that review other studies, show that cooperation is more efficient, productive, and effective. Competition restricts the flow of information between individuals. It redirects energy and impedes progress. When ideas and power are centralized in any body, they become highly bureaucratic and ineffective. Every worker-run enterprise will run according to whatever approach works best. This allows for dynamic, creative experimentation and flexibility to meet the complexities of the economy. Without CEOs, CFOs, VPs of this and that, and boards of directors, the wasted massive salaries they receive would pull back to the employees and eliminate the massive incentive for opportunistic immorality.